It's 8 a.m. on Saturday morning, January the 18th, 2003. We have been traveling northeast on this main road from Meru towards a small town known as Kinjai in search of a young man named Enoch. We met Enoch the night before at the Great Gospel Festival held in Meru, where he testified that Jesus had done a miracle in his body. We found Enoch in Kinjai at the New Sunset Hotel. The night before at the festival, we noticed Enoch holding one full leg brace and 2 crutches, which he has completely relied on for the past 8 years. He began to tell us that night some of his story, the story of a young man that we now bring to you.
Let me start from the beginning. Enoch is my brother. He wasn't born with the disease, but the disease just came on him. After the disease came on him, we took him to the hospital, but they couldn't treat him there. He continued suffering, so we took him from the hospital and brought him to my place. He had been staying with my elder brother before he was taken to the hospital, but when the hospital couldn't treat him, they brought him to my place.
So we took him to the hospital in another neighboring town, where he stayed and slept. When he came back home, we realized that he wasn't okay. So we took him to another neighboring town, where he spent another night to get treatment in a clinic. Afterwards, he came back home, and his dad suggested that we get him a bicycle to use while going to school. This disease began to affect him in grade 7.
Hapo mwanzo alikuwa mchezaji wa mpira kama nyumbani kule wakati alikuwa na wale.
When he was younger, he was a soccer player. He used to play together with other young kids, and he used to run very well. In school, he was very good at sports, but from the time he was sick, he was unable to participate in such activities. He used to love riding his bicycle. In fact, he had even bought himself a bicycle, using it for exercises. However, from the time he fell sick, he couldn't get involved with such activities. From there on, we hoped and prayed that God would heal him so he could go back to normal things, to normal life.
From the time this disease began, I was not able to stand up, walk, or move without crutches. But yesterday, when we went to the festival, when the servant of the Lord was praying, I felt the power of God come on me and heal me, and I was able to walk without crutches. I believe that God will continue to heal me completely.
So, as of yesterday, when we went to the festival and the preacher prayed for him, I saw the power of God working, and that's when he threw away the crutches and began to walk without any aid. Since yesterday, he has not used the crutches again. He walked from the festival grounds to home without any crutches. Even though he says his legs are still a little bit painful, we believe that God's will be done.
Look at this young man. Even while we stand here, God's healing power is continuing to heal him. For 8 years, he has had all these things. To move or stand, and he took this off.
I am so happy because God touched me yesterday and I am able to walk. I will serve Him and live for Him.
My joy did not just start today. From the time I was born again, I have known that God is able. And even my son, when he walks, he does it because God made it possible. Therefore, I know with God, what man cannot do, God is able to do.
Enoch wanted to show not only us, but the local people of Kinjai what had happened to him. They were asking questions, and he was happy to give them answers of what Jesus has done for him. This was such an incredible miracle for them that they wanted to believe in Jesus, and each one of them committed their lives to Christ.
I thank God for healing me and enabling me to walk. My crutches were troubling me because I couldn't go anywhere without them. I thank God that I am not going back to them again.
At this point, I was sure that the interview was complete, and I thanked Enoch for sharing his story. But the men who saw him walk earlier, they had run to the marketplace and began to spread the word of what had happened. You will see and hear the excitement as people began to come, and the crowd gradually grew as onlookers confirmed this awesome miracle for themselves.
You want to confirm? Another one.
The people know him very much, so they are wondering how the guy is walking. Eh? Yes. Yes.